everybody, and while Pip's down on the beach having a paddle, I've come out the back of the Nielsen restaurant and set up a little table, and I'm going to make something that you can do at home really easily with just a few simple ingredients. So what we're going to make is an Aussie classic, an eggplant parmigiana. We're going to do it completely plant-based. So first thing you need to do is grab one beautiful eggplant, and we're just going to cut the top off and slice it up. Alright, so as you can see, I've cut the eggplant about 1 centimeter thick. We're going to have 1 or 2 slices per person, and now what we need to do is put some salt on it. So what we're going to do, pop them on a plate, and then just sprinkle them with salt. And what that's going to do is it's going to draw out some of the moisture in the eggplant, which can sometimes be a little bit bitter. We'll just put that aside for 15 minutes, let it do its magic, and now we'll get on with our tomato sauce. So I've just chopped up some nice ripe tomatoes, and they're going to go straight in the blender. Now since we're making a raw tomato sauce, we need some savoriness. So what I'm going to do is add some nice sun-dried tomatoes for a bit of sweetness and a bit of punch. Next up, because we're doing tomatoes, we've got to have basil. So a good handful of fresh basil, going to go right in the blender as well. And then finally, just for a little more of a hum, a nice clove of raw garlic, and that's going in too. Now there's just 2 more things we need to do since we're making an Italian sauce. A bit of salt and some good quality olive oil. All we need to do now is whiz it up. So the lid goes on, and boom. Might have a cheeky taste. That's actually not too bad. Yeah, it's actually really nice. Good stuff, well done. Okay, on with the cooking. Here we go. As we can see, we're starting to get a bit of moisture on the front of this eggplant here. So what we need to do, wipe that off. That's just what we wanted. Sensational. So just get all that salt off, and we're ready to crack on. So of course we've got our eggplant, we've got our tomato sauce, next thing we need is some cheese. Being a plant-based cooking show, what we're going to do is make our cheese out of cashew nuts. So I've got some nuts over here, I've been soaking for a couple hours in a bowl of water. Now they're nice and soft and they're ready to blend. I just need to drain them off, so I'll do that now. Right in the garden. It's probably okay. And they're going to go right in the blender. So the next thing we're going to add is something you might not have heard of before. This is actually called nutritional yeast. Now don't freak out, it's actually a fungus made from mushrooms, but what it tastes like is plant-based parmesan. So we're going to pop a couple tablespoons of that into our cashew cheese to make it nice and cheesy. Blender. Don't cook with this outside, rule 1. Next up, because this is quite creamy, we're going to need something to cut through that. So I'm going to put just a squeeze of lemon in there. What we need to do with the lemon, just roll it on the chopping board. This releases some of those nice juices from the inside. And then cut it in half. Now all we need is a pinch of salt and a splash of water just to make it all blend nice and smooth. So that's done. Cheeky taste. Yeah, it's super creamy, and that yeast makes it taste really cheesy. That'll be great. Let's go on and do the eggplant. Awesome, so now what we need to do is crumb our eggplant. So what I'm going to do for that, we're going to start off with 2 plates and a bowl. We're going to use a really old school French method of crumbing this eggplant, but what we're going to do, instead of using eggs and milk, we're going to use some tahini and some almond milk. So, what we need to start off with is some flour. Flour on the first plate. And to that, we're going to add a pinch of salt. And then for our third plate, we're going to add just a nice handful of breadcrumbs. You can use wholemeal, gluten-free, whatever works for you. That's going to give the eggplant a nice crispy coating. Now we need something to make the breadcrumbs stick. So what we're going to use, instead of egg, we're going to use some tahini. This is sesame paste, and it's going to make the coating nice and thick. So a couple of spoons of that. and then just a dash of almond milk or soy milk to thicken it up. And then give it a good stir. Ready to go. Okay, so now we need to coat our eggplant in that lovely crispy crumb. So the first job, take your eggplant, just dunk it into the flour, turn it over so you get everything coated and there's no gaps. That's gonna make the milk stick. Then, shake off the excess flour, dunk it straight into your milk and your tahini. This is gonna make the breadcrumbs stick. This is step 2. Coat it up, finally into the breadcrumbs and nicely cover it so it's gonna get that lovely golden crunch. Right, now we need to cook these eggplants. So, got a nice medium hot pan. I'm gonna add a good drizzle of olive oil because we want it to go nice and golden. And then simply, always lay away from you so you don't burn yourself. Just lay them into the pan. 1, 2, and 3. And you want to cook these on a medium heat, not too hot. That way they're gonna go nice and golden and crispy instead of burning. They are so nice and golden, it's time to pull them out of the pan and just drain them to get some of that excess oil out of the way. Now to go on top of our eggplant, because it's quite rich, I've made this lovely salad with some fresh rocket, some mint leaves, a bit of celery, and just some toasted pine nuts for a crunch. So we're gonna dress that with some lemon, and a pinch of salt again. And that'll cut through all that rich, crispy, golden eggplant, just be really nice and fresh. Now, we're gonna plate this up. So, on a plate, one lovely slice of that fried eggplant. Then our gorgeous raw tomato sauce, just slathered all over the top. And then finally, some of that lovely creamy cashew cheese. A couple good dollops, because I heard Brie loves it. Now finally, just a little handful of that beautiful fresh salad, sitting right on top. And you know what? I think we're done. Eggplant palmy, raw tomato sauce, cashew cheese and salad. Easy. All right, girls, you look hungry. I made you some eggplant palmies.
That looks awesome.
Oh, that looks amazing. Thank you.
You like it? I think it's time to dig in, hey?
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you.
Amazing. Be honest, be brutal.
Ooh. So how, it looks like actual cheese.
It's cashew cheese, plant-based.
How's that? Nice.
Amazing.
That is so good.
What do you think?
That tomato sauce is divine.
You reckon? Amazing. Be right.
No.
There is so much flavour. That tomato, there's
Rock
so
and
much
roll.
flavour in that tomato. And the cashew cheese actually tastes like cheese.
It does.
Awesome.
Well done.
I'm happy.